Polar Bear International, Lurie Rail School Division, Frontier School Division, and more have teamed up to host a science exploration for middle year and high school students and teachers. The live stream is a 3-day period where researchers and teachers share the wonders of the subarctic in Churchill.
In addition to connect with other people that were other scientists, other researchers, and to be a part of the Churchill Northern Study Center as well was a major portion of us being there. There was other agencies such as Polar Bears International that was up there that we were also looking at hooking up with and forging partnerships into the future.
The event consisted of 6 streams over the course of 3 days where students and teachers from Churchill, Winnipeg, and even New York participating in the event to discuss about science and technology.
It gives you the opportunity to talk to students from 2 very drastically different environments, one up north, one sort of southern in New York, and you just get to hear about what their school experience is like, what it's like for them. And I was very shocked to hear that everything was kind of similar. Like they had similar technology to them, like there was very little difference between the groups, just the environments that they were put in. Well, I think a network between between many schools is a great thing because you can then see what other teachers are doing. Teachers can take that and put it into their lesson plans. If they like something, they can use that. They can even talk to other groups and have collaborations between projects. There's just so many cool opportunities.
It wasn't just students that took part in the events. Educators from different school divisions took part in the events as well to discuss and learn about how they can use this experience in their learning for their classes.
Giving our students an opportunity to connect and be authentic in their learning, especially when we have opportunities for students in Winnipeg, in New York, and Churchill to communicate their perspectives on topics.
After the live streams, students discussed what their favorite moments were about the live stream.
Yeah, there was one part when this polar bear and this polar bear with a scratch on his head and on his eye right through. So I'm like, how did he get that? And I was like, kind of like, whoa, how did he get that big of a scratch?
When they were sitting around and they had a table, when I saw like the collar for the polar bears and a head and a paw, I thought that was really cool.
Educators from Winnipeg who were in Churchill returned with their experiences and favorite moments.
It feels like a different world up there. So I think it's not pure tundra. I think it's kind of, they call it subarctic tundra. There are some places where the only thing on the ground would be little bits of grass and moss. There are other areas that do have trees. One kind of interesting feature are the trees, especially close to the shoreline, Hudson's Bay. The wind is so strong and the trees are growing so slowly that the trees kind of look like flags. So all the needles are only growing on one side, and so they call those flag trees.
It was really interesting for me to see the polar bears. When you go up there, you have certain expectations about what it's going to be like to see a polar bear. And it was really neat to see them in their natural habitat as well. So as much as I really was hoping to see them very close and up close and personal, and we did get an opportunity to do that, but it was really interesting to see them across the tundra as well. We got the chance to see a mother polar bear with 2 of her cubs as well.
And particularly when New York kids were asking questions and Churchill was saying, you know, they're starting to realize life is a lot different in Churchill compared to New York. One of the Churchill kids said, do you ever like to go sledding? And then the New York crowd said, yeah, you know, we like to sled. And in the back of my mind I was thinking, I don't think that they mean the same kind of sledding. I think in New York they mean get on a toboggan and go down a hill, while in Churchill they mean get on a snowmobile, because these kids, that's their way of life. They're snowmobiling all the time. I'd love to go back to Churchill. So I was able to go there for like 5 days, from a Monday to a Friday. I'd love to be able to take students there. If I go there and if I'm lucky enough to, you know, involve some of my students in that, I'd love to go there and meet some of the students that are there, have those same kind of discussions, but also go there with a purpose.